So just because of 25 cedis, this particular man decided to beat another person to death and attempted to escape from Tamale, but he was arrested. Many people have different stories as to how and why he beat another person to death. The stories are so many. Some people have even gone ahead to blame the Black Maria for the death of this particular guy. Is the Black Maria really involved in the death of this guy? Here is the truth and nothing but the absolute truth as to how, why, where and when this particular guy lost his life. Let's get into the story. So the whole incident happened on the night of Wednesday, 25th February 2026 in a community known as Lamashegu, located in Tamale, the capital city of Northern Region. This particular guy on your screen, his name is Rashid, the second suspect. This particular guy you see on your screen also, his name being Abubakar Mohammed, the main suspect in this case. The one lying down, his name presently not disclosed, is the victim in this particular incident. How did all this happen? Now let's start with the narration of the main suspect, this particular guy, Mohammed Abubakar. Now, according to Mohammed Abubakar, who is the main suspect in the murder of this particular guy. See, this particular story is a ghetto story, a ghetto issue. So we need to be in the ghetto in order to be able to narrate this particular story ghettoly. Let's get into the story. You see, according to the narration of the main suspect, Mohammed Abubakar, he says that he and the victim both are ganja farmers. You know what I mean by ganja farmers. They are ganja farmers from the same ghetto. The ghetto is located in Lamashegu, around a place known as Isabanjira. When you go to the Isabanjira, there is a place known as Island. On the island, there is Gumdidu, some red road around there. There is a warehouse. Over there, the Isabanjira, around the island Gumdidu, that is exactly where the abandoned homes are, and they have chosen it as their ganja farming spot. So every night and every day they go there to ganja farm, according to the narration of this particular guy, the main suspect. So the thing is that on the night the issue occurred, on Wednesday, as usual around 8 thereabouts, they were together ganja farming. Whilst they were ganja farming, he, the main suspect, Mohammed Abubakar, has previously had issues with the victim, the guy who has died. So if the main suspect is saying that there has been a problem previously between him and the victim, you may ask, what was the problem between them? What caused the conflict between them previously, before this particular day? Now, according to the narration of the main suspect, he is a ganja farmer and he's also a ganja distributor, apparently. So the victim will go somewhere, go and buy the ganja, come back to their ghetto and be asking him for lighter. It's just like you go somewhere, buy kenke, come back to another place and be asking for pepper and shito. What do you mean? You take your pepper and shito from where you buy your kenke. So this particular guy, Mohammed Abubakar, says that anytime this guy goes somewhere to buy his ganja, come back to the ghetto and be asking him for lighter, he tells the guy that go to where you bought your ganja and ask for the lighter. That particular statement caused some friction between them. So they argued and they were not talking again. And apparently, I suspect that this particular suspect is older than the victim, so he tried to be on his lane. So according to his narration, ever since they had that particular argument, he was on his lane. Fast forward to on the 25th of February 2026, just this previous Wednesday that the incident happened. He narrates that he was as usual in the ghetto when this particular guy came and then asked for lighter, and he told him you should go and get his lighter from where he bought his ganja. Now, due to the fact that there has been problem between them, the guy said something and like he, the suspect, replied back, and now some confrontation ensued and it became serious. And as a way of teaching the victim a lesson, he looked for one particular wood, a wood that was lying down somewhere. The thing is, according to him, he did not intend to kill this particular guy. His intention was not to unalive him. He was only trying to teach him a lesson, like to beat him up, and that was all. So he picked the stick, he hit his back with the wood. Unfortunately, the wood did not just hit the back, it touched the head, the occipital. Now it hit the head together. Now the guy sustained a very serious injury. Then later on, he, the suspect, realized that the guy is now suffering from the injury of like the wood injury. So he was like, nah, I need to send you to the hospital. So he sends the guy to the hospital, and over there at the hospital, the guy was pronounced dead. So he did not intend to kill him, it was just by accident. So when the guy was pronounced dead, he came back to go tell the assemblyman, tell elders to find a way of dealing with this particular case. This is the narration according to the main suspect. Now let's go to the narration according to the second suspect, whose name is Rashid. You see, as for the second suspect, this particular guy Rashid, he denied being a member of this particular ganja gang. He also denied being a ganja farmer. He only stated that this particular ganja ghetto is located on the road he uses from work. You see, so on that particular fateful Wednesday when the tragic incident happened, the second suspect, this particular guy Rashid, was as usual moving home from work using that particular road when this particular ganja ghetto is located. When he came around their location, he realized that somebody was leaning against a wall, sitting in a way that seemed to say that this particular guy is dying and the particular guy is sick and the particular guy needs help. So he quickly stopped his motorbike, got down from the motorbike, and then approached them and was like, why have you guys abandoned this particular guy like that? Can't you see the guy needs help? So quickly together they found a way of getting or charting a yellow a pragya, this particular tricycles. They put the guy inside and they sent the guy to the hospital. Which hospital? You see, in the narration of the first suspect, Mohammed Abubakar, he mentioned that they took the guy to West Hospital. However, the assemblyman who they later went to, I'll narrate his part also, don't worry. He also mentioned that they mentioned One Heart Hospital, but later refused to mention it again. He wasn't mentioning One Heart again, but previously he had mentioned it in one of his narrations. So we don't know precisely the hospital he was sent to. However, he says that upon reaching the hospital, they realized that the guy had died. That is as part of the story. So he went together with the first suspect. So these two people, these two suspects, now came together and then went to the assemblyman of the area. In fact, the former assemblyman of the area, who is this particular guy, and narrated a whole different story. A story different from this guy's own and different from this guy's own to the assemblyman. Now, let me tell you the assemblyman's part of the story. These two guys, Mohammed Abubakari and the second suspect, Rashid, together went to the assemblyman, who is this guy, former assemblyman. In fact, they went to him, and when they went to him, do you know the narration, the story they gave to the former assemblyman? This is what they said. These two people came together, went to the assemblyman and told the assemblyman that they were sitting in their ghetto, doing their ganja farming business. Then this particular guy from nowhere came to them. They don't know the guy, the victim. They said they don't know him. He came to their ghetto, and the way he was sitting, they realized that this particular guy has done something somewhere and they have beaten him. He has sustained injuries. So they needed to help him. So they took him to the hospital. Upon reaching the hospital, they realized he was dead. Now, they said that they told the hospital to put him in their mortuary, their morgue. However, the hospital said their mortuary is filled, like the hospital morgue is full. They can't admit any other body into it. So because of that, they came back and left the body on the road and then went away. Now, the assemblyman said that he gave them two options. They would either involve the police or look for the family member of the victim. Now, that is the assemblyman's part of the story. Now, this is now the actual and true story according to eyewitnesses and according to what many people told the assemblyman. People who saw the incident, Gandhi. This is their narration. So the people who were there to see the whole incident unfold says that the first suspect, Abubakar Mohammed, is somebody who sells restricted pharmaceutical drugs such as tramadol in the ghetto. So he came to the ghetto, he was sitting down. The victim, this particular guy, came there and then asked to buy. He wanted to buy two capsules, so 2 pieces of the tramadol. One is 25 cedi. Oh my god, these drugs are expensive. Just one capsule, one piece, 25 cedi. And the victim bought 2 from him, meaning 50 cedi. Now the victim swallowed one, drank water, swallowed another one, drank water, then realized that he doesn't have money to pay for the 2. He only has money to pay for 1. The only money on him was 25 cedis. So he gave the seller, who is the first suspect, 25 cedi. The seller was like, I sold 2 to you, it's 50 cedi, not 25. The victim was like, but I didn't know, I didn't know my money was not up to 50 cedi. At this point, I have only 25 cedi. So you take the 25 cedi for now. Later, I'll add another 25 cedi. The seller, who is now the first suspect, said, lie, you either pay me my 25 cedi or I'll show you shege. That was when the whole conflict started. So, according to the eyewitnesses, the seller, who is the first suspect, Mohammed Abubakari, told the guy that you either give me my 25 cedi, like just put the 225 cedis together and it will be 50 cedi. You give me my money or I will give you the beatings of your life. But the victim did not have another 25 cedi to add to the previous 25 cedi to make it 50. Yet, he had already taken the tramadol. He had taken the product and he doesn't have money to pay the seller. That was where the trouble started. Now this particular guy, remember in his narration he says he has problem with the victim already. So I think yes, he has problem with him already. We sometimes don't take it ngara like oh yeah now I that kind of things. I'm older than you, so you should be taking care. In this ghetto, look, you are not my size. I started ganja farming. Those kind of things, something like that. So the issue was so serious. It was serious. He started beating the victim. Beating him. His jaws, his neck, his head. Giving him uppercut. Giving him lower cut. Like the beatings was going on and on and on. According to eyewitnesses, the guy, this particular suspect, said that he was going to beat the victim until either the 25 cedis come out of him or he's going to beat him until the medicine come out of him. That was what he was doing. So he was beating the guy mercilessly without he was just beating him. He didn't care. All he wanted to do was beat him until 25 Ghana cedis miraculously comes out of him. Because tell me, if it is not miracle, and if it is not magic, and if it is not juju, how is it possible to beat somebody in order for money to come out of the person? He was just beating the guy. He said he will beat him until the money comes of him. So until miraculously 25 cedis comes out of him to add to the previous 25 cedis to make it 50 cedis. Now the beatings went on to an extent that one of the ganja farmers, like one of the people around the ghetto, a kid, they are mostly kids, just people around 18 thereabouts. An individual over there started feeling pity for the victim. The way this guy was beating the victim, it was now mind-boggling. Like you can't reason it. Why are you beating a human being like that? The way he was beating him, people were now afraid for the guy's life. So one of them even pulled out 50 Ghana cedis and then gave it to him and said, please take the 50 Ghana cedis and leave him alone. I'll pay for him. Take the 50 Ghana cedi. I'm paying for him and leave him alone. Guess what? This particular guy refused to take the 50 Ghana cedis. All he was interested in was to beat the victim until the money or the drug comes out of the victim. So he refused the money they were paying. He was now interested in just beating him. So he beat him to an extent that the guy was, he beat him to pulp. He beat the guy until the guy could not function again. He became scared. Together, they placed the guy inside yellow, sent the guy to the hospital. Over there at the hospital, he It is even said that the guy died before they got to the hospital. So when they got to the hospital and realized that the guy had died, they told the health professionals at the hospital that they do not know this guy. They were just acting as good Samaritans who found this guy dying on the road, and they tried to help this particular guy. They don't know him. They've never met him. They don't know his family. They don't know where he stays. They don't know what happened to him. So if the guy is dead, they don't know what to do with the body. The only thing they can do is plead with the hospital for the hospital to take the body and put it in their morgue. But the hospital indicated to them that for them, their place, no, their morgue, their mortuary is full. They can't admit any other body, so they should take it away and do whatever they want with it. When they went back, guess what? The first suspect went and abandoned this particular body, and now that is when they went to the assemblyman. I don't need to narrate again. I told you what they told the assemblyman. So over there, the assemblyman now told them that they should involve the police or they will look for the family. They were like, okay, let's involve the police. The police should come and take the body. That was when the assemblyman called the Lamashegu police. The Lamashegu police said they do not have any specialized van or something to come and carry the body. The only option is they should leave the body there till tomorrow. Well, the police really said that, according to assemblyman's narration. So the assemblyman now said, okay, so they should either call the central police station, or that's the only way the body can be taken that particular night. The assemblyman now said, okay, our savior, our mini god, our helpers, let's call them. So he decided to call the leader of the IGP special operations team, aka Black Maria. So he called Black Maria, and then the leader, DSP Bawa Alhaji Abdul Jalil, told him that he was around. So when the assemblyman called and he told him he was around Pekona, the assemblyman took his car, went and met the Black Maria at Pekona, and then narrated whatever happened to them. In this particular case, Black Maria immediately, according to the assemblyman, immediately he narrated the story to Black Maria. As experienced, as intelligent, as brilliant as the leader of the Black Maria was, he said, you see those particular guys who sent the victim to the hospital, they are actively involved in the murder of that particular guy. They are involved. Whatever happened to the guy, they have a hand in it. Just like that, he was able to tell, and true, they had a hand in it. So at this point, you know, the Black Maria, they are intelligent, they are police force. These people, may God bless you. Now, do you know what they did? They added 3 people to enter into the car of the assemblyman. Why? For the assemblyman not to go and then tell the people that, oh, I've told the Black Maria. Maybe the suspect will bolt. They will take to their house. So they added. The Black Maria went with him to the body. Over there, they were trying to now locate the guy, because the guy said he was going to call elders to come. Now the guy was trying to run. The other team of Black Maria went to Lamankara. Now complete Black Maria was located in Lamankara. They were now finding that particular victim. This particular guy. This one. Yes. Guess where they found him? They found him at a lorry station, moving to a lorry station to go, allegedly, board an Accra-bound bus to run away. They nabbed him. They brought him back. They interrogated him. They sent him to where the body was, and then asked him to identify the body. He identified the body. So after bringing him to the spot where he has abandoned the body, they asked him to identify the body. He identified the body. He admitted openly to the cameras, to the videos, to the audios, that he, Mohammed Abubakari, was responsible for the death of the guy who was lying down by him. He admitted. But guess what he said next? It is the work of the devil. He said he didn't intend to do that. It is just the work of the devil, and the devil was deceiving him to abandon the body and run. And because it's not that he wanted to do that, it was just out of fear. That was why he was escaping, and blah blah blah. A lot of stories. Now, remember the second suspect. When he narrated his part of the story, the IGP Special Operation Team's leader, DSP Alhaji Bawa Abdul Jalil, put it to him that you are part of this particular ghetto gang. This particular gang, these ghetto farmers, you are part of them. You smoke, you take drugs, and you sell them. Like, we have intelligence that you are involved actively in it. He denied, but he was placed under arrest. So he was placed under arrest. That is like the entirety of this particular whole story. So all these different stories, presently they are under the custody of Ghana police. And you know what the Ghana police will do best? They will investigate further on this particular issue. They will be arraigned before courts, and whatever it is, the truth shall come out. As to exactly which hospital they sent the body to, we don't know. We don't know precisely which hospital they sent the body to. And as to the story he's saying and the story the eyewitnesses are saying, which one is true, we don't know. But we are leaning more to the side of the eyewitnesses. Yes, that is presently the Black Maria continued their regular patrol. I mean, they were already patrolling before they had the distress call. And guess what? These people you see on your screen were also arrested in a different operation. They were actively involved in the distribution, sale, use, possession of the illegal restricted drugs. So they were also nabbed, and they are also under the custody of police. Oh my God. Look. So yes, that is the story of the ghetto that, unalived one of them. So presently, 2 suspects are arrested. 1 victim has lost his life. 6 other people were arrested in a different operation. They are not connected to this particular lynch, in a different operation. They were also arrested and arraigned. So that is the case. Damn.